Welcome to the show, Tom. How's it feel to see all your personal money information laid out in the newspaper?
Hello again, and well, I've chosen this business, and so that's the way it is. That's the law, and I don't have a problem with it.
You're not used to that, though, are you?
No, I'm not. No. But I knew what I was in for once I made this decision, and I think people should know about the finances of a candidate.
Right. So you were reported as having a family income of $281,000 last year, most of that earned as a lawyer.
Yes.
And that's what you are. That's what you've been.
For the past 20 years.
I thought it was interesting that in the story, reference was made to a case in Florida, a guy by the name of Sean Healy, who was charged in a 55-count federal indictment that included charges of wire and mail fraud and money laundering. I mean, this guy was quite a character, according to the federal prosecutors. How did it feel? Did it feel strange to suddenly find yourself, after all those years, as a United States attorney, as a prosecutor, how did it feel to be in a federal courtroom looking at federal prosecutors, and you're the defense lawyer?
It was a very unique situation. It was a case that I handled. I am not a defense attorney, and no disrespect intended. It's just that after that period of time as a prosecutor, I just didn't have it or don't have it in me to be able to defend somebody zealously like they're entitled to. I was involved in that case as I worked out, assisted in advising as to whether the case should go to trial, and my recommendation was to plead guilty and to take the sentence, and I would not go to, if that were to go to a trial, I would not be involved.
Another interesting piece of information in that story written by Boris Crouchenjunk is that you were working on behalf of a law firm in Lemoyne, Pennsylvania, Kostopoulos, Foster & Fields, a Cumberland County law firm. And William Kostopoulos is actually representing former Lackawanna County Commissioner Robert Cordaro, who federal prosecutors have charged in a 40-count corruption case. So how did that come about? How did that happen? How did you hook up with Kostopoulos?
I've known Bill for quite a while, and every once in a while an attorney will call me and ask for my opinion as to whether a client should plead guilty, whether they should go to trial, from my experience in the federal system, and also as a district attorney.
So as far as the $10,000 in income you received for work done in that case, you made it clear in the story that you never worked on the Cordaro case, though.
Correct.
And that was filed. And you're not doing any legal work right now, right?
Well, I do a little bit on the sides, wills and estates, and some counseling just to pay the mortgage. I still have bills to pay.
Sure. So as far as the other big amount of money is listed in this story, $249,999.96, right down to the penny, as House Counsel for DeNaples Management in Oliphant, a business co-owned by Dunmore businessman Louis DeNaples. Now, Louis DeNaples seems to follow you around the campaign trail even when he's not in the room. How is that?
Well, apparently somebody wants to just put that name out there. For what reason? I don't know. Maybe to sell papers.
Do you think there's another reason?
No. Do you?
No, sure I do. I think that Louis DeNaples, as a businessman and as someone who has figured prominently into this community, by virtue of the friendship that you acknowledge you have with DeNaples, I think that that's very, very relevant to people who want to know who you are and how you view Louis DeNaples.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I do not deny that. Yeah, he's definitely a friend of mine.
I often ponder how to characterize his criminal past. How do you characterize Louis DeNaples' criminal past? Is he someone who has been convicted of a crime? What's the proper terminology in referring to him?
As far as what are you talking about now?
There was a federal case back, I believe, that stemmed from the flood, and that was the only time I believe he was in federal court. I believe it was federal court.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
And what's the proper way to characterize the adjudication of that case as regarding him?
Well, he pled guilty, did his punishment, whatever it was at that time, and that's that.